Hi everyone, I'm MK from Cultivating Habits, and I'm sitting here in my home office today to talk to you about two tricks that I use to meditate. And the reason why I'm coming to you in my office is because this is where I go to meditate. Um, so some people say that you meditate anywhere, you just have to sit and be with yourself, but I'm very influenced by my surroundings. So if there's like clutter around me or if I'm not feeling comfortable in the space, then it just makes meditating more difficult for me, and I like to make it easy on myself. So I like to come into my office, close the door. Hermes almost always sits next to me, and which is fine. It's a little distracting sometimes, but for the most part, I don't mind it. Um, and then I meditate. So what I normally do is I set about 10 minutes. I plan to do 10 minutes. And there are two things that I do to help me meditate. So the first one is to use a mantra. So I was first introduced to mantras when I was at yoga teacher training, and before that, I wasn't really open to the idea of it. And then I did the Oprah and Deepak Chopra meditation, the 21-day meditation, and they use mantras, and I really enjoyed that. I thought it helped me to focus on what I was intending on doing, and it helped to keep my mind clear and focused and not kind of go off into the land. So the mantras that I've been using basically just repeat it in your mind. And my favorite mantra is one that's really simple. It's just so hum. And so hum simply means I am. So depending on where you're at that day, what's going on that day in your mind, this one can help to clarify anything that you feel you're lacking that day or anything that you kind of want to reinforce. So starting with the so hum, I am, just takes you down to the really core foundation of you. And it lets you just sit and be. Be who you are right then at that moment. So what I do is on my inhale, eyes closed, I think in my mind so, and on the exhale, it just repeats so, and it almost becomes this very calming rhythm that happens. You can feel a bit of a flow with it the more you repeat it. And any time that your mind does start to wander, you just bring your attention back to the mantra. And it's an easy one to remember, so you don't have to try to remember some Sanskrit that's new to you. So, very simple. I am. So the second trick that works for me with meditation is to really focus on my breath. Now, there's a lot of different techniques that people use to focus on the breath. Some people imagine the breath coming right in through their nose, and then they imagine it going out through their nose. So they can't spend a lot of attention just focusing on it coming in and going out. But for me, what works the best and what actually kind of gets me into that like really cool meditation state is to imagine my breath in my body expanding and continually expanding. So with every inhale, with my eyes closed, I just visualize all of my cells just getting a little bit bigger. Everything just starts to expand just a little bit. And then on the exhale, everything expands just a little bit more. And if you keep doing this, what you come to realize is that that expansion, it's never ending. It doesn't stop. You can't stop expanding. And you feel it. You feel like this subtle shift in your cells. Sometimes I'll feel it in my shoulders as though my shoulders are just expanding. Sometimes I'll feel it in my chest. Sometimes it'll be actually in my head. And I'll just feel that the world around me is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and expanding and expanding. And first time that it happened, I thought, like, I had a moment where I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. And then I was out of my meditation. But it feels really, really neat when you just sit. You can try this one for even just 5 minutes to start. Just sit, close your eyes, and with every breath, just imagine that you're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's Very cool. So sometimes I'll use the mantra and the expansion technique together, especially if my mind is very busy. I find the mantra really helps me to focus, to just sit and be. And then once I'm able to sit comfortably in that mantra, then I will do the expanding technique. So those are my 2 tips for you if you want to try meditating. I mean, I'm pretty new at this too, so um, whatever works for people. I mean, there's all kinds of books, there's all kinds of advice that people will have, but really you have to find what works for you and give it a try. It's actually really cool. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.